curtain raiser. When the curtain is raised, the razor blade goes through the red velvet, comes in from the left, sometimes from the right. The razor slashes the curtain if the psychopath is there. The question is quite simple. Is the psychopath, from the environmental circumstances in which he or she is raised, or was it all manifested within the mother's womb? Nobody knows for sure, but there are certain components within the brain that have been analyzed at Harvard, Oxford, Cambridge. For some reason, Ipswich Polytechnic comes into it, and that was a long time ago. But because Ipswich Community Radio are involved, I'm guessing that is why Professor George Stanton has put forward his argument that he is not someone I agree with, for he claims a psychopath is womb-bound from the womb. So from the day that fetus was kicking and sliding around in his mother's gut, he was always destined to take a blade, a knife, a dagger, punch somebody in the face for no reason, kick someone to the ground. A lot of psychopaths are very, very violent. Not all of them. Some are contained, but still have no feelings and have to fake things like empathy. Or is this actually true? We aim to question that, but as people wield axes and sell guns, throw acid in people's faces, throw feces in people's faces, throw other people's faces that have been removed from their heads into other people's feces. We ask and beg the question, is a psychopath born from the cradle to the grave? Does a psychopath exist? Is it a curable condition? Do they have to fake emotions? And if so, should one feel sympathy? Or should we go back to the Victorian days of lobotomization? Because there is an argument that pills and potions that are given to these alleged psychopaths to this very day, are they just a remix of the classic lobotomy, which was very acceptable back in the day? I think one has to not take sympathy to the axe-wielding man or the gentleman or the young lady who may throw hot chip fat into a family member's face whilst having a tantrum. What caused the tantrum? Let's get to the core of the situation from the lens of 14 days. 14 days in fucking days. Let's look at that before we aim to point the finger at these victims, if you like. Victims I won't mention particular psychopaths such as the Yorkie Ripper or Teddy Bundy. Well, I just did. But Ted Bundy apparently came from a very lovely, lovely family. But if you look deeper and deeper and deeper, you'll find that when you peel back the layers of the onion, his life was rotten to the core, right from the outset. So let's take a different view, but also sympathy for all the victims of serial killers, slightly different to the archetypical psychopath. Repeat offenders if you like, but let's peel back the layers of that onion and look at the core. It's rotten to the core, rotting and festering like excrement floating through an eternal sewage in the perplexing environment of purgatory. Yes, I am of existentialist beliefs, but that is my opinion. We are not here to inform, we are raising a question about not just the archetypical psychopathic character with all the traits that you read about or you see in ridiculous horror films such as The Exorcist, that thing about a chainsaw massacre. That is sensationalism. We aim to debunk that, and we aim to do that right now. I've just spoken to 3 psychopaths, or alleged psychopaths, and I found that they did have empathy. So I argue that the system may have it wrong, and it may be the system that is controlling the environment, and without psychopaths, psychiatric nurses and psychologists and psychiatrists would be deemed redundant. Think about it like that. It's a curtain raiser. The razor is cutting the velvet curtain, and I bid you farewell for now, but enjoy this body of work. And also, talking of the environment, a little later on we shall be looking at the socio-economic structure in Great Britain, but no doubt in blue-collar America it will be the same. An enclosed environment with small beer, small money, will create more horrendous havoc. Horrendous, I tell you, horrendous. And that could be the basis for psychopathic behavior.